Hello everyone, and welcome back to the final part of Star Fox 64. It's been a really wild ride, hasn't it? And I've really enjoyed doing this playthrough, but like everything, it has to end. And we're going to start today with Sector Z, which is easily the hardest level to get to if you watch the part where I, did the mission accomplished in Zone S. This is easily the probably the hardest mission in the game to get a medal on, to be honest. And I say that now. I'm going to be made to eat my words after you see this level, because I did actually get the medal on this for the first time ever in this recording. I don't know how I did it, but I did it, and it's really strange because this is considered the hardest level in the game to get the medal, like I said. But I can't believe I got it. It's like for years the one that's eluded me, ironically, through recording nerves. I managed to do it. Now this level's really unique because it has the Great Fox in it, and basically your mission objective is to protect the Great Fox, because we're going to fight these bad guys off, and eventually some missiles are going to start showing up, and basically you can't let the Great Fox get hit, and you have to destroy these missiles. Now I don't really know how I got the medal, but basically your biggest obstacle into getting the medal is, ironically, your wingmen, Peppy, Falco and Slipper, because they actually do take down a lot of AI in this, a lot more than other levels, and if their kills don't count towards your total, and Cat's going to appear later, and anything enemy she kills doesn't count towards your total either, so they can really kind of hurt your chances of doing that. And so what you want to do really is use your smart bombs and try and I don't really know any tactics for it, and it's just kind of luck really. Just be as quick as you can and use your smart bombs. What I would recommend is charge shots, like always, because as I've said repeatedly through the playthrough, they can take out multiple enemies at once. And here's what we have to shoot down, these missiles. If you let one missile touch the Great Fox, that's an automatic mission complete, and you go straight to boss. So you want to make sure you're on your game for this, because they can move surprisingly fast, and there's a couple of close encounters in this very recording. There's one especially that, oh my god, people, I nearly had a bloody heart attack. But I love this level. It's really unique, and I find it really fun, and it's very strangely, it was used as a level in Super Smash Bros. I don't quite know why. Like I said, it's probably the hardest level to get to, and I don't know. At least even as an environment, it's not particularly engaging. It's just basically a scrapyard of stuff, and it's just a place where Star Fox get ambushed. It would get replaced by Corneria, obviously, through in Melee and in Brawl, and then later the Space Battleground, and then the Orbital Gate in Smash 4. But it's weird that they chose this. I just don't know the answer to that, really. Maybe it was the easiest to... I guess maybe you could use the argument that because the Great Fox actually shows up in this one, that they kind of thought it would make more sense for them, I guess, maybe. Now in the 3D remake, this, like Sector X, the colour was changed. In the 3D remake, it stops being red and starts being purple. This is actually this change makes a lot more sense, because it's actually to keep consistency with Command, which because Sector X is in that game as well, and in that game it's purple. See what I mean, people? Look how much is happening. I've got to rescue Slippy before he gets shot down, and I've got to stop those missiles. And this is the part where it gets incredibly tense. I mean, look at the missiles on the bottom right there. Look how... And Falco's getting attacked as well. Look how quickly those missiles are getting there. It's very... Looking at this, I wouldn't be surprised if you thought I wasn't going to do it. And honestly, people, I thought I wasn't. It was so close. I mean, there's one... Look how close that's getting! Oh my god, it's making me tense looking at it. Look at that! Oh my god. I don't know how I did that. It's pure luck. Pure luck. And Cat shows up at the... Well, not even the right time. He should have showed up earlier. Thank you, Cat. Now, actually, I think... Yeah, because you can get Bill, because you can go to Katna and then go to Area 6 if you do the mission accomplished on Beth, like I did earlier. But you can actually get Bill to show up and Cat to show up in the credits with you. Basically, you just need to have them assist you once, and then they'll show up in the credits alongside you. So that's kind of nice. Now I want to start getting into my final thoughts on the game, because I kind of briefly covered it before, but it was too brief, to be honest. And we won't have a lot of time. There's a lot to get through in this part. As you can see, it's a pretty huge part. Probably it's easily the longest one we've done. Where it has to be, because it's the final. But I love this game. I absolutely adore it. Playing this game again, having to talk about it, has given me a bigger appreciation for it, because I don't know, it's an easy game to talk about. I can talk about what's great about it for ages. And the annoying thing is, a lot of the stuff that's great about it is obvious, so it feels like I'm just kind of being redundant. Like, the graphics are nice, the music is amazing, it's fun. It's pretty much fun incarnate as a game. There's not many games that I've played that I would just say it's mindless fun, simple as that. It's kind of like the Jurassic World of games. If you haven't seen that film, by the way, go watch it, it's amazing. It's kind of like that. It's not like trying to be deep or intelligent, it's just there to be fun, and it's good at that. That's what it does. And I would, if you haven't got this game, then I don't know if I could recommend the remake to you, because I've said it before, Berserker, you've disagreed with me on this, but I feel that the sound work, which is probably, in my opinion, some of the most important stuff to be in a video game, is much better in this version of it than it is in the 3D remake. I would recommend getting this on the Virtual Console, honestly, or if you can, get the original, obviously. But if you want to see just a better looking version of this game, then I would just get the 3D remake. The 3D remake is admittedly easier to get to. And there's the medal. First time I've ever got that in my life, and it was pure luck. So yeah, if you want to get the best version of this game, then get the Virtual Console one, because that's the one, like I said, I use for this. And now the penultimate level, Area 6. This is probably the most action-packed, and I'd say a fan favourite. The music track has appeared so many times in different like forms. Like, for example, in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, it has 2 remixes in it, and it has appeared like several times. Like, for example, in Star Fox Command, it's used when you fight one of the motherships, and you can find it on the jukebox in Star Fox Adventures, and it was going to be the final boss theme before they changed it to that really cheesy one. Oh, I love that line. The music is amazing in this level, seriously. It's some of the best. It's one of the musical tracks that like does 2 things at once, where it's like, it's just a good bit of music on its own, but it's also like kind of like, oh, here we go, this is it. And this is easily the most action-packed stage, like I said. And it's just, oh my god, there's so much happening here. And again, there's a really close call in this. I thought I was going to die at one point in this, and like, I don't know if it's just because it was the final part, but like, so much was against me, and I kind of feel like it's a personal triumph that this part ever got kind of released to you. And I feel like I've actually had a journey with the game, and like I said, this is kind of what made me had a new appreciation for it. Recording it, I don't know, it kind of, because I had to play to a higher standard rather than just playing it for fun, it kind of made me like love it so much more in a weird way. These satellite things, you can see, they're very much like umbrella satellites. They're worth 3 points, as you can see there, and they're totally worth getting. So the medal requirement is 300 for this. It's the highest in the game. So you definitely want to take those things out if you want any chance of getting the medal. And this is, again, this is another unique level. It has unique enemy designs, has that really nice visual of Venom in the background, and like you just saw, the Great Fox will actually help you. But you don't want to do that if you want the medal. You want to shoot those ships down yourself. I did it though, because I'm not. I wasn't like. I don't know if I said this, but it should be obvious now. I'm not going for any of the medals in the game. The ones that you did see me get were totally accidental. But like, it's an awesome effect. And there's just like, I mean, look at this. Look, this is where I nearly died. I was so close to death here. I don't know how I made it, honestly. And Peppy nearly died there as well. This bit, I was on my toes so much. I just didn't like. I honestly thought I was gonna mess it up. And that's another really interesting feature. And Josh shows up and just like berates you. It's very much like like I said before when we did Venom on the easy route, it's like kind of like Gruntilda and Banjo. This if you take this route to Venom, actually, you don't have to, because remember in when we did it the easy route, we had to do an actual level, the Venom level. In this, you just literally just do a boss fight and go straight to Andros. So that it's kind of weird that I would have thought of anything, if you're doing the hard route, you'd have to do that level of anything. I don't know why they did that. I guess they thought this, because Area 6 is like the air defense of Venom, as you might have heard Pepper say there. I guess they just thought I mean, this level's pretty tough, and it's like there's a lot of stuff happening here. I guess they thought this was enough. I don't disagree. It's just, I don't know, just the way that the easy route's played out. Just so much shit is happening to you. I thought that would be the perfect fun level.
We're gonna break through that tree.
This is another thing I like about this level, is the fact that it just kind of stacks in terms of what's thrown at you. You start off with the normal, like, average kind of like ships, and then you get into these huge airships, and like eventually you get into a secret weapon. You'll fight a secret weapon. But like, I like the fact that the dialogue from that guy there and the soldiers just gets more and more desperate, because they didn't expect you to get through here. And I think it was in the manual, but it actually, or on the website where they have notes for every single level, they actually said that the reason why we're doing this against such a heavy amount of enemies is because Pepper said the Cornerian army, as an army, they just couldn't get through this. But a four-man squadron, a really quick four-man squadron, could do it. So that kind of answers that question to me. Why Star Fox can do things that the others couldn't. I'd never really thought about a quick four-man squadron doing more damage than a load of, you know, soldiers. It certainly is. This is a very, very cool boss fight. I love this one. This gets you reused in Assault. I'll talk about that when we get to that game. But this is kind of, I think one of the most, I get away with saying one of the most iconic bosses for Star Fox 64. It's just a really great design, and it's just really fun, and it's got, I don't know, it's got the right amount of challenge, I feel. So what you want to do for this one is you want to shoot those tentacles off, and then it will come in close. You know, watch out for those missiles, because they can be deceivingly quick. Do you want to hear a bad joke, people? What's the Olympic event where people throw a frisbee? Discus. That was terrible, and I'm really sorry. Oh God, I don't know why I said that. Yeah, and then you got to shoot these little kind of pink, I'll call them electrolytes, but they're clearly not what they are. You've got to do this several times before the kind of quote-unquote core reveals itself. It's very satisfying to see it change from colour to colour, really. Oh God, I didn't realise how badly Peppy was injured. That's going to be that's going to mean some trouble in the next one, because as people might know, we're going to fight Starwolf on Venom, and they are I've got a wing shot off as well. They're very deadly on Venom, and they can quickly take your allies out, so we want to make sure when we get to Venom that we can destroy Starwolf really quickly. Yeah, so overall, Area 6 as a level, I love it. As you can see in this, my playthrough of it, it was incredibly tense going through it, but like, I love it as a level. I think it's really fun. It's got some fantastic music, and overall, it's just incredibly fun level. Definitely, I would say the highlight of the hard route. So what are some of people's favourite levels? Like, I haven't really got that many kind of views on this playthrough at the time of this recording, which is fine. You know, I didn't expect people to kind of like immediately jump on ship on the Star Fox thing, considering a lot of people subscribe to my channel for the Kung Fu Panda stuff. That's totally fine. I get that. I would like to see this playthrough get more exposure, because like it is my first try. I'd like to hear some actual good constructive criticism. I hope people really enjoyed it because I put a lot of effort into it. I had to make loads of notes for every single level, really, and it's been a good success. And I'm looking forward to the next playthrough, which actually will be Star Fox Adventures. That's going to be a doozy of a playthrough because that is basically Zelda, really. It's not as long as an average Zelda game, and I had some technical problems, so I had to restart the entirety of Star Fox Adventures and Assault, and that wasn't fun. But like, that's good. I'm enjoying that playthrough. That's going to be something different. And then we're going to do Assault, and then that'll be it. And then I've got a surprise, kind of like a surprise playthrough for people when all the Star Fox stuff is finished. But watch the Star Fox stuff because this has taken a lot of effort, and we've only just started, people. This is only the first playthrough. We still got to do 2. I've got tons more reviews to do. I've got to do a review for Monday. Well, yeah, the Monday after this goes up. So like, I think that's one people are going to like because that's a pretty obscure thing. And I've also got to review Adventures, which is going to be hard work. Reviewing Adventures, it's such a huge game. And that's it. You only get 2 hit points because I took so long. Depending on how fast you kill these bosses, you actually do get different amounts of score for them, really. So that's kind of cool. I didn't know that until I looked up after playing this part because I didn't understand why I didn't get so many points. Hell yeah. Oh, Peppy hasn't got that much health. I was really concerned when recording this that Peppy was going to get shot down here because I've only got green lasers and they do basically nothing against stealth. You really want to have hyper lasers when you show up to Venom now. It really, really helps. Let me emphasize that. So, Venom, let's do this, people. The final level and the final section of the Star Fox 64 playthrough. Let's do this. That's where we need to get. But before that, we have to take out Star Wolf. I like the fact that I'm in their little portraits there. They're all like battered and like got robotic parts. It doesn't make sense though because we haven't fought them before this point. So I guess the canon playthrough in a way is you have to do Fortuna, then get from Fortuna to this place for that to kind of make sense. Or it could be implying that we've done the easy route and then the hard route follows straight after that, I guess, maybe. So what you want to do is take out the ones that are going after your teammates, because if you want the best ending and the medal, you want to make sure your teammates survive. And can I just say, this is the hardest boss fight in the entire game. Andros is pretty easy compared to this. These guys have definitely improved, and they will like mess you up if you're not careful here. Now this level is unique because just by finishing it by default, you will automatically get a medal, because each one of Star Wolf's deaths basically is 50 points, and you need 200 on Venom to get a medal. I don't know if you can do it on the easy route, but you get it by default on this one. Oh, Pigma, you'll pay for betraying our father. Eat it, Pigma. Pigman's always my favourite to shoot down. I mean, look how much they damaged Falco in that. It's pretty insane how much damage they can do. I mean, Falco's really not doing so well here. Be totally vigilant when fighting these guys, because like I said, they will mess you up. Like I said, I would consider this the hardest boss fight. Right, 2 down, 2 to go. And every time you defeat them, you get a silver star, which is the most amount of health it's like the biggest health pickup. Also, I love that Star Wolf thing that's returned. That's pretty much your best bet of hitting those when they do a loop-de-loop. Just shoot them in the air. That's pretty much the best chance you're going to get. Or hit them as they go out of a barrel roll, because they're vulnerable then as well. Unfortunately, like I said, they do know like all of your they've gotten so much better. They pretty much know all the tricks that you know, so you have to be really careful here, and don't crash into them like I keep doing.
Location confirmed. Pending supplies. Are you okay?
Oh, thank you. I think that was Andrew. Thank you, Andrew, for shooting that box for me. I've never seen them do that. I didn't even know they could interact with stuff like that. I thought it was only Fox. Yeah, we'll see you again in Assault, dick.
There's one more to go.
Oh my god. Star Wars out for blood.
Is that all you
We're winning, Wolf. You're losing. That's it. Star Wolf is down. We'll see these guys again in Star Fox Assault. But now, it's time to face the final boss, Andros. And Fox is going to go it alone because he's our hero. Now this is different from the easy route because, as we'll see when we go down here, in the easy route it was just a kind of like a linear corridor. In this you're kind of given like multiple paths really. And in these kind of multiple paths, it kind of gives you a choice to kind of restock on supplies like bombs, because you'll need bombs for the first part of this fight, which is a repeat of what happened before. You know, in the easy route where you're just fighting the hands and face. But you'll definitely need these lasers for like the second half of the fight, which is much more difficult. We'll see about that, Andros. It's kind of a little bit difficult shifting your way through these hallways, so I recommend just kind of tippy-tapping your way through. And here we go. Andros. The strategy hasn't really changed for fighting Andros here. Shoot the eyes and shoot the hands, really. I don't know if you can shoot his hands, like, I don't know if you can shoot, like, the backs of his hands. I don't know if that counts as, like, a hit. It's quite hard to do, because you can only really do it when he's got his hands kind of shooting lightning at you. Oh, you can, you just did it there. Okay, fair enough. Don't worry about using your bombs here. The bombs are pretty much useless against his second form. And here we go, people. Andros' true form. And then suddenly the background changed for some reason.
Only I have the brains to rule my life.
Get it? It's a pun. For that pun, Andros, you're going to have to die, I'm afraid.
So, Andros, you show your true form.
Okay, so this is an all-range mode battle. For this fight, what you want to do is, he's going to shoot his eyes at you. And you want to be careful because they can do a lot of damage. They're going to kind of be out on these electrical stalks. And see there. You want to shoot his eyes, then shoot the back of his head. I don't know what part of the brain that is. I want to say... No, I don't really want to risk saying it in case I mess it up. But it's basically the memory part of the brain, pretty much. Yeah, each of those eyes is worth 5 and the brain is worth 10. It's actually a lot more than... It's kind of weird how Andros as the final boss is worth less than Star Wolf. He can be a little bit tricky to kind of shoot because he moves a lot all over the place, and you've got to hit that green thing on the back of the brain. And if he gets close, he will like his damage output is a lot on this, so don't get close to him. If you die, you have to do it again with like the worst lasers, and you don't want to do that. It takes ages. He can also teleport, as you can just see there, and that can get pretty annoying, honestly. But like if he teleports, he can also leave himself open. There, this is the attack I'm talking about. Don't get hit by this and just boost and like roll your way out. If you stay there, he will kill you and take out your wings. So now, it's pretty. I've got to admit, this is pretty epic. It's like I feel like this is like. I feel this is like how this game should end, with me desperately losing parts of the ship and barely scraping through. He will chase you at points like he's doing now, and let me tell you, when you've got one wing and you're recording, it can be pretty terrifying. So what, yeah, that's what I would do, is like utilize your R-wing's maneuverability to get around behind him to shoot him. Use your brakes especially, like I did there, because that can, it helps you turn more easily. Overall, I do really like this boss. It's like, it's nice and challenging, and it's using the all-range mode one more time. We've nearly got him, folks. It's time to get out of this cesspool. There we go. Andros is finally defeated. But Andros is a bit of a sore loser, so we have to die with him, I'm afraid. And there's a little bit of trivia. Fox's death scream there, the only time you will ever hear that is if all your allies are down and then you die. Is it the end? It doesn't look like it. Daddy's here. This is really. This is obviously. I'd like to wager some kind of hallucination, but this is also the only time James McCloud will ever appear in a Star Fox game until Command. He kind of reappears in Command, and we won't see him again until then. It's really weird. I like to fit as a story thing though. I'd like to kind of leave the James McCloud stuff behind. Like, he's trying to avenge his father against Andros here, but we don't need to see him again. After this, Fox can be his own kind of character. I wish they'd do that. Also, it kind of lends credence to the theory that he's a ghost, because as you can see there, I'm shooting him and nothing's happening. And I am taking a lot of damage here. It is true, I did nearly die here, but I didn't do it intentionally for dramatic purposes. It is really hard to control this, because everything's moving and you're trying to like balance and move down this kind of linear hallway. If you do not follow James, you'll go down a hallway to a fiery death. There's the exit. We'll nearly get there, people. We're nearly done.
You've become so strong.
If you beat hang on. If you play on expert mode, then you get to wear those shades. Well, that's it, people. We've finished Star Fox 64. We've beaten Andros, saved in the Lilac system, and avenged James McCloud. Mission accomplished.
Fox, you're okay. Way to go, Fox! That's our leader. What's wrong, Fox?
It looks like he really was just a ghost.
Nothing's wrong.
Thank you very much for watching the Star Fox 64 playthrough. It's been an absolute pleasure doing this commentary for you. And I'll see you next time in Star Fox Summer when we do Star Fox Adventures. And I'll see you on Monday with Farewell Beloved Falco. See you guys then.
Ah, Fox, we are in your debt. I would be honored to have you as part of the Cornerian...
Oh no, sir. We prefer doing things our own way.
Great Fox is ready to go.
It's time for us to go now.